Hey, this is Patty Negri, and you are listening to the Paranormal Zone.
Look, I know the supernatural is something that isn't supposed to happen, but it does happen.
A ghostly apparition in the dark of night.
Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together, mass hysteria.
Well, Rip Van W., it is good to see you, my friend.
My name is Rip Van Wanker.
Rip Van Wanker's joining us tonight. Good to meet you. You look eerily similar to my former co-host with the Ghosts, the Paranormal Poster Boy, Mr.
And you are Nasally Smurf.
Nasally Smurf today. Yeah, I thought that was quite apropos.
My name is Nasally Smurf.
Hey, that was good. I like that. I was thinking more of a high-pitched squeal. Maybe I should change it to Squealy Smurf. I don't know.
Mary hates that when I do that sound. It just drives her up the wall. She gave me a look like, did I shrink about 8 inches here into my chair?
And it looked like I could tell that you were reacting in fear.
Yeah, I was.
So that's the quickest I've seen your head move in a long time.
Yeah, because I felt her head go right to me.
Oh, yeah. But it is good to see you. No, you are not Rip Van W., nor am I Squealy/Nasally Smurf. This is the Paranormal Zone, your weekly dose of hell. All things, you guessed it, paranormal, strange, and mysterious. If you are new to the program, thank you very much for joining us. My name is Patrick, and I am joined, as always, by the aforementioned co-host with the Ghost, the Paranormal Poster Boy himself, Mr. Spamalot, it looks like, Michael Carbonell.
And I push the Spamalot.
Very good, man. You're in a good imitation mode tonight, impersonation mode, perhaps.
It's fake. It's all fake.
Oh, just like AI, everything's fake. All ghost footage, everything Bigfoot, everything UFO, all that's fake now because AI is too damn good. You just can't tell.
It's irritating, and I see too many people putting AI things on social media, and they're trying to pass it off as real.
Yeah,
and that bothers me. It bothers me a lot. Anyway,
very quickly, I did see a news report yesterday, and I'm with you. I mean, AI in general terrifies me and it bothers me. I do understand its beneficial factors, of course I do.
Oh, absolutely.
And one of them there is, and I'm going to butcher the exact headline and such. But if you're interested, and chances are if you're listening to this podcast, you are interested in the Shroud of Turin, because you and I did an episode about that. Oh, gosh.
We did. That's an awesome episode.
Forever ago, it seems. But there was a recent discovery, shall I say, thanks to AI. Yeah, type it in. Apparently, it's kind of adding to the argument for the authenticity for the Shroud of Turin. AI detected some stuff that is baffling scientists, allegedly.
I need to look that up.
And of course, the non-believers and skeptics are, they're still not budging, and they have their arguments, which is fine. But I don't know, from what I recall, and I encourage you all to check it out yourself. Very intriguing.
Yeah.
Like, very intriguing.
The Shroud of Jesus Christu.
Yes, for sure. And I was blown away by the fact that two people very close to me in this household had never heard of the Shroud of Turin. They should go nameless.
Really? Your dogs?
My dogs, yes. So, but still, even they should have known about it. I mean,
yeah.
But
these are young
I quickly
people.
filled them in.
Okay, got it.
They shall go nameless. That's
but that's okay though. That's okay though, because
absolutely.
Yeah, not everybody knows everything.
No, of course.
And we have dug into so many things that that we just have inklings of certain things that
exactly, just teeny teeny tiny inklings for sure.
Yeah.
Teeny tiny inklings.
That's okay.
But we have a good one lined up for you tonight. I mean, good in the term as in terms of hopefully interesting and intriguing and informative, because the event that this is based upon, far from good. No, this is a tragedy of immense proportions. The largest mining disaster in Minnesota history.
And
Mike.
also, it could also be a potential visiting spot.
Yeah, you kind of stumbled across that earlier as well. So why not?
Because it's very close to where the haunted museum, the new haunted museum in Minnesota is.
That's
and
right.
Just a little skip and a drive north of there is this
a very large skip and the drive. Very large skip and a drive.
Well,
but
on the map, it looks very short.
Yeah, a finger width away. But yeah, no, this is a true tragedy for sure. And of course, I mean, we're not claiming to be history buffs by any means here. This is a paranormal focused podcast. And yes, the reason we are discussing this tragedy is because, well, you guessed it, there are some haunting activities alleged to grow from this disaster. So we are going to run you through the story itself and then segue into the hauntings. And it'll be a good discussion. I'm looking forward to it.
As am I.
And before I forget, Mike, earlier today, I just randomly decided to use said AI, even though I don't like it. And I don't like using it for this manner. But I just decided to ask, do people enjoy the Paranormal Zone podcast? I just threw that in there.
I don't know. Do I want to hear what the answer to that
I was pleasantly surprised.
Really?
I was pleasantly surprised. I also discovered some posts and quotes from some apparently listeners on such places as Reddit and other such sites when people were posing the question, I'm looking for a new paranormal podcast to listen to. What shall I look for? And I scrolled and I found one or two or three before I stopped looking. And it was really cool. It's like, yeah, we listened to Mike and Patrick on the Paranormal Zone. They're really fun, and so on and so forth.
Interesting.
Yeah. And the AI review was pretty generic, but it was like, according to such and such, yes, the Paranormal Zone is generally well liked.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. And I think the most repetitive comment was the relatability of the hosts and how listeners appreciated the feeling of as if they were sitting around a campfire with their friends and casually talking about the paranormal. So that was a repeating theme. So,
and that's not even our shtick. That's just the way we are. That's
just the way we are.
That's the real us.
That's the authentic Paranormal Zone.
It's like if we could have a handful of our wonderful listeners just standing up around like Standing Rock in chairs, just having a good time and watching the cigar-shaped UFO or the EVPs or whatever.
There's a future Patreon podcast idea, streaming live from Standing Rock. Join us from the rock.
Join us and the cows for a great discussion on Standing Rock.
That's right. Yeah, we got some close encounters of the cow kind the last time we were there. And that
I think they enjoyed that as much as we did.
I think so too.
That one little bull though, he wanted at you pretty bad.
Oh man, I thought I was going to get crushed for a second.
He was a young one, but he had ideas. I think
he had some ideas. He was spry. He was
lucky that barbed wire fence was between you.
he was fleet of hoof, of hoof, about ready to lunge towards me.
But it was fun.
But I wanted to throw that out there. And before we go on too much further, if you are new to the program, we do tend to start off each and every episode with a brief segment known as our Ghost to Gab segment. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, and my soundbar is not working, or it's off limits right now. So yeah, throw in your own background intro music right now. Make it up in your head. Scare your neighbors. Oh, no, don't do this while you're at work.
Boom, chakalaka, boom, chakalaka, boom.
Boom. I like that one.
Yeah.
And very briefly, Mike, as I posted on the twit the other day, I'm going over the audio again for a second time from our recent stay at the Boyd House, because, as has been proven to us in the past, we've discovered stuff that we totally missed the first time through when we're reviewing the audio and video. And so far, it hasn't been disappointing. I haven't discovered anything. I haven't discovered that proverbial smack in the face, so to speak, audio wise.
No.
And listeners, well, you know what? You can't hear it, Mike, but I'm going to play it actually right now, because the soundboard is off limits, I should clarify, to Mike.
Yeah, I don't know why I'm
listeners
not hearing it,
will be able to hear this.
Yes,
so just for audio purposes, just for clarification purposes, I'm going to play this about 20 second clip. And we've already figured this out. The phone ring is nothing. It's nothing paranormal by any means whatsoever. But listen closely after the phone stops ringing, which is actually Mike's walkie-talkie. And there's an odd anomaly. I cannot figure out what the hell it is. I'm going to play it real quick for our listeners. Okay, Mike?
Mm-hmm.
So here we go. Okay, as our listeners just heard, and you can't, Mike.
I did hear it, actually.
You did that time?
I did. Thank you.
What?
I don't know.
So you heard what I'm talking about then?
I didn't hear that, but I heard the whole.
Oh, for Christ's sake! Then it doesn't matter, because you still can't hear it.
I was trying, but at least I heard the clip. And
you heard the walkie go off?
Yeah, I heard that.
Okay, listeners, I am sorry. I had no idea Mike can hear this now. All of a sudden, in the pre-recording times, he's claimed to not hear anything. So I don't know what the heck happened.
Nothing came across.
So I'm going to play it one more time. And yeah, Mike, really, it's immediately after the walkie stops ringing, you hear, I don't know what the hell it is. And then there's a point I'm playing this, because we're going to discuss this for a Ghost Gab. Here we go.
Great.
Okay. Faintly, judging by your face, you couldn't hear it. But
very faintly.
You do have, Mike, this clip. I emailed it to you.
Yes.
So
I will be going over that. Yes.
I would. Yeah. It would mean a lot if you did, because it would add to this discussion of what the heck is that. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because the second time through, that anomaly is appearing over and over and over in this hour and 40-minute digital clip that I have when I had the digital recorder in the alleged accursed painting room. And we're down the hall and we're doing our thing. And I'm going up down the stairs because I'm looking for my digital, because I didn't realize I left it in the damn room.
Well, we're lucky you did.
Well, yeah, maybe. I stopped, as I showed you earlier, Mike. I stopped taking notes as to how often this thing appeared on this clip. 16 in. I wrote down same odd quote-unquote voice. 20 minutes, 20 seconds in. 21 minutes, 28 seconds. 22 minutes, 35 seconds. 23 minutes, 47 seconds. 27 minutes, 6 seconds. 28 minutes, 2 seconds. 32 minutes, 4 seconds, and on and on and on. And then I stopped. I mean, there is no rhyme or reason. There's no exact amount of time between those.
Yeah.
Between the moments this anomaly appears. I'm racking my brain. I texted you yesterday. Is it the pipes in the house? I mean, the thing that's intriguing about it is I was able to line up the audio when you can hear our voices at one point in this clip. I was able to line it up with a video that you had taken when we were in the reading room, like two rooms down.
Mm-hmm.
You were video recording the K2, and the K2 was going nuts.
Right.
Well, I was able to line up the audio with your video and my digital, and that audio anomaly that appears over and over and over and over, nowhere to be found in the digital. Not there. So I don't know, Mike. Off the top of your head, what do you think? What could it be? Is it something simply in the house? It sounds like a voice to me.
I don't think it's.
I don't know.
It's not pipes or anything. But it was going on during the time that the K2 was going nuts during that whole time.
Yeah,
sounds like.
Yeah, absolutely.
So there's actually that activity going on in the room I was in, and at the same time something going on that we still can't identify in the cursed painting room. I don't know. I think it could be just they could be connected together as something paranormal, reacting with each other. Maybe maybe the K2 was going along with the activity that was going on in that room. I mean, I know there's a good separation between that room and the K2 meter, but that whole hallway and that rooms could have been just zipping back and forth with activity.
Very true.
Possibly, maybe they could be connected that way. It's nothing that we heard audibly with our ears at any time while we're in any of those rooms.
Nope, never.
So
never. And I was upstairs. I was upstairs for a good amount of time by myself when you were downstairs in both, in the doll room and the reading room.
Right.
And I never heard anything. As simple as that. I did not hear anything.
When I was listening for that sound and for the sound of the walking and everything, it sounded like footsteps, but I would imagine that was probably you, moving around, I would imagine.
There's, if what you're referring to, I think it almost sounded to me like, what if we're referring to the same thing? It sounded like maybe you put something down on a table next to you and maybe made like a little clank sound. That's what I'm thinking of, because I didn't hear any footsteps in what we just played.
Really? Because I could hear boom, boom.
Maybe. Well,
boom.
I'll have to listen to it again. If you did hear that, then that was more than likely me, because I was going up and down the steps at this time. Yeah,
then that would have picked up, and the level of the sound would have probably matched.
Oh, you know what though? When I am
steps.
going up and down the steps, it gets loud as hell. So that's definitely not me in that clip. Maybe it's picking me up very, 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 very faintly in the basement steps, but I don't know.
That's possible. Yeah, like I mentioned before, those open grates from room or floor to floor.
Yeah.
That could carry some things like that, like the sound.
For sure.
Footsteps. So yeah.
I don't know. I'm just scratching my head. I'll send a friendly text reminder to, if you have a chance, put your headphones on your computer and find that clip. Yeah. And just see if you can and just trust me when I'm telling you that exact same thing is going on over and over and over in that clip. And I don't know what it is. There's no rhyme or reason to it.
Which makes me have to that much more. I'm sorry, everybody, and Patrick, that I have not sat down and listened to my digital or my analog yet.
You naughty boy.
That could actually corroborate or collaborate, whatever word you want to use.
No, the first one's correct. Corroborate. Yes.
Corroborate some
that too.
Mm-hmm. So physically and mentally, I'm working on it. I'm working on it.
Just leave me alone. It's okay. That's all right.
But yeah,
it's Van W.
Yeah, there could be some
my dream would be that it is a residual voice.
Mm-hmm. Sure.
That is just constantly going over and over and over for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'll take residual. I mean, intelligent would be great, but hey, residual is still part of the game.
And again, if you're listening to it and it is something that is obvious to you, that's nothing paranormal in nature, please let us know so we don't sit here and feel like it's too much of a too much of a couple of dummies while we're trying to figure this out. But
we know there are listeners out there that know a hell of a lot more than we do.
Oh God, yeah. Oh Lord, yes.
So
that's part of our appeal, Mike. Right?
Oh yes. It's part of the appeal. We are idiots.
Maybe we should change the name of the podcast again.
No,
without telling anybody. And maybe change it to like Paranormal for Dummies or something like that. I don't know, but or no, Paranormal by Dummies. That'd be better. That'd be more apropos. No, we're not dumb. We kid. We
Paranormal by Dummies for people that are much more intelligent than the dummies reporting paranormal.
That's a very long title, but yes,
events.
We could do that.
Oh yeah.
Anyways, yeah, kind of baffling, kind of intriguing. Mike, the Milford Mine tragedy. The story itself, we have to go over the story because it's important.
Yes.
Just to honor the memory of those who died and to also, as I said, give you a good background as to some of the, apparently it's, I don't want to say hotspot because that's kind of a mean irony. I don't know what you want to call it then. It's if you and I were to visit such a place, this is the type of haunting where I would assume that both of us, one of us, if not both, would have like a feeling of overwhelming dread or sorrow, and sadness.
Well, yeah, the fact, 46 miners,
41,
it was
41, I believe.
41. Yeah, like almost 200 feet down in the ground. In this mine. Can you...
First and foremost, yes, exactly. Just put yourselves in that position of working this utterly dangerous job. This tragedy took place just, 101 years ago. Oh, it's 1924.
I was going to say, this is just a little bit older than my dad, even.
I don't think your dad was working there, but yeah.
No. But, right around the time my dad was born. Close. I would not go down there. I don't care if it's to get the holy grail of proof of the paranormal. I wouldn't even go down there. I wouldn't even go down there if Steely Dan was holding a concert down there. I still wouldn't go down there.
Steely Dan?
I love Steely Dan.
How about this, Mike? How about this? Mikio Kaku is down at the bottom of this mine shaft.
Well,
and he is seductively luring you towards the cold, damp,
he's
dark
swishing his hair back and forth in slow motion with the fan.
All you hear are the echoes of his eloquent voice.
Yes,
and he's oohing and ahhing you. So what you're saying is even that would not get you to go down this shaft.
I might stand close to the edge on top.
There you go.
And yell, Mikio. Mikio.
Kaku. Mikio.
No, we're making too much fun of it. It's such a tragic event.
Oh, not making fun of that at all. We're making fun of how ridiculous the idea of Mikio Kaku standing at the bottom of the Milford Mine is. Yeah, that's what we're doing. So in a sense, we're making fun of ourselves.
Exactly.
But I do have some intriguing articles to go by, Mike. And if you will bear with me, just to give our listeners a feel for the tragedy and a feel for the background story. On February 5th, 1924, Clinton Harris, who was a night shift skip tender at the Milford Mines, offered to cover for a sick day tender. He wasn't even supposed to be there. And we will, before the episode is over, discuss one Clinton Harris because he was among those who tragically passed away.
I was just going to say, did he die?
Yes. Doing some research on this, I found a post from surviving family members who said like their great grandfather worked there, or their grandfather, but he called in sick that day and he avoided the disaster. Thankfully.
I wonder if he had survivor's guilt.
Oh man, exactly.
That'd be a horrible thing to have on your mind the rest of your life.
Well, Clinton Harris was at his post, Mike, 175 feet below ground level when the first rush of air caused the electric lights next to him to flicker at 3:45 p.m. Then a second gust of air took out the power completely. Harris knew something was seriously wrong in the mine, so he pulled the warning whistle's rope twice to alert miners both above and below ground of the incoming danger.
And panic mode set in, I'm sure.
Oh, gosh. Some of the stuff that I'm going to read and share throughout this episode, yeah, again, I was going to say I encourage you, but I don't necessarily encourage the listeners to try and put themselves in this state of mind or to imagine themselves being trapped like this, because
True.
if you're sensitive like me, sometimes it can really, really affect you, sincerely.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I'm claustrophobic as it is. I think I'm getting a little bit better, but man, nope, this is utterly terrifying.
Yeah, I've gotten better with stuff as I get older. As you get older,
Yeah.
you just get
You just don't care. Yeah.
I don't give a shit.
I don't give a shit. That's exactly. No.
Yeah.
Now, a powerless cage led to the mine's surface. The only way out for the 48 miners trapped below was a series of ladders near Harris. That's another part, Mike, that we're going to get to. These guys, the few survivors with unbelievable speed and weight on their feet covered with mud and carrying their own fellow miners in some instances.
Yeah.
200 feet up on a ladder?
Ugh. Pure adrenaline and
Yeah, that's
fear.
exactly it. Yep. 7 miners passed Harris as they raced up the shaft's ladders. They encouraged Harris to follow, but Harris was concerned men in the far reaches of the mine hadn't heard his whistle, or the whistle. He tied the whistle rope around his waist and remained at his post as water, mud, and muck entombed him and the other 40 miners. From what I've learned reading about this earlier, Mike, this guy he sacrificed himself. He was a hero.
Exactly. Absolutely, he was. And should be remembered as that, and I'm sure he is.
100%. 100%. Again, you always say, what would you do when you you try to imagine yourself? Would you have the courage, Mike, to just essentially sacrifice yourself to save your coworkers as much as many as you could?
You would like to say that you absolutely would, but you can't unless you're right there. I mean,
that's exactly it.
You know, hopefully, I would love to, but
yeah,
does my own fear? No, well, my own fear would keep me out of there in the first place. I would say,
yeah, right.
I'll be a lifeguard at the local pool before I
that works.
Become a miner.
Yeah, I mean, what a job. My gosh, these guys, I mean, hats off to all these hard workers. I mean,
Yes.
Beyond hard workers. That doesn't even describe them properly.
Well, and then everything else that goes along with mining, like the, I don't know exactly what they're mining. It wasn't coal or anything, I'm sure, but, the sickness you get from that, the lung diseases and, the shortened lifespan, I'm sure, to begin with, and then to go through something like this.
I mean, I'm sure we'll get to it again, but I want to say it was help me if I'm pronouncing
manganese.
Manganese, yes.
Yes, I did see that. Yeah.
I was going to say help me if I'm pronouncing it wrong, but you spoke it before I did.
Yeah, manganese.
The warning whistle continued its death moan until the rope above ground was cut 4 hours later. In April, the following April, the last gallons of water were pumped out of the Milford Mine and Foley Lake. Foley Lake is what was discovered to have caused this tragedy. I'm not blaming the lake, obviously, but it was the unexpected surge and flood of this lake that eventually entombed these miners. Bucket by bucket, the mud and muck were removed so the bloated bodies of the miners could be recovered. Clinton Harris was found on July 24th with the warning whistle rope still wrapped around his waist.
Mm.
This should have been the end of the Skip Tender's tale, but it wasn't. The mine reopened in November of the same year. On November 25th, the St. Paul Dispatch wrote a chilling recount of the specter who met the first 12 miners as they descended the shaft on its reopening. The men took the cage down as the stench of decay and decomposed bodies still lingered in the air. That's another thing I read earlier, Mike, during the recovery process, how dangerous that was. And I mean, this took months before all the bodies were recovered. I don't remember what they had, but local undertakers had to give the rescue operators like masks covered in, what's the word? Begins with an S. Anyways, it protected them from the stench as best as it possibly could. It's from an undertaker's job. Starfish, maybe. I'd rather smell a dead starfish. But that's another thing. They were not only just overwhelmed with the decay, the smell of the human decay, but also the decay from the dead animals that had flooded in with the lake.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of
that's all toxic.
Toxicity. Yes. I mean, I cannot stand the smell of a flippin' rotten dead fish. That makes me want to vomit. I've had dogs that love it. They love rubbing around on it.
Yeah, exactly. And I want to interject here.
Yes, please do.
Manganese-rich dust. It can cause severe permanent neurological damage known as manganism.
Manganism?
Something like that. Leading to symptoms similar to Parkinson's disease.
Oh, no.
Respiratory irritation, kidney damage, reproductive issues. It can contaminate local water sources. I mean, it affects more than just the miners. I mean, it's
not
horrible.
good.
So so a lot they had to deal with. Anyway,
now when this first group of miners on the reopening of the mine, when they reached 175 feet below, they claimed to catch the glimpse of a figure in the darkness. Now, some of these miners had previously worked with Clinton Harris, and they were able to identify this transparent form as his vacant eye sockets peered up the ladder, which he held tightly in his hands.
So even after death, he was it's like he's still there making sure that everything is being
everything
taken care of.
that they're being taken care of, that he's trying to save everyone who's coming down there. He's trying to, protect them at the very least.
And he could very well still be there.
The phantom whistle cord, Mike, was still wrapped around his waist.
Yeah.
This was too much for the 12 miners to endure. The miners jostled one another and tried to return the cage to the surface, but before they could do so, the disengaged warning whistle screamed through the darkness. According to this newspaper article, all 12 left and never returned to the Milford Mine.
Mm-hmm.
Some transferred to a nearby open pit mine. Others took their families elsewhere. For men that entered the mine, it was a place of unrest. Men would rush to the surface and inquire about a warning whistle they heard in the dark tunnels, but no one above ground ever heard the phantom whistle's wail. So the miners were simply told to return to their work. The skip tender's tale resurfaced after the mine closed in 1932. Let's think about that for a second. Now, you got the vibe that he is still there trying to help protect all the miners doing their job.
Either that or it's residual. Who knows?
I was just going to ask you, do you think that would that be a residual imprint of his tragic demise at the bottom of that ladder?
Yeah. The energy that's left there could very well have many different, the whistle blowing, if that's heard, could be obviously residual.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
But,
and the fact that he had tied that around his waist.
Right. It's connected. Yeah.
I think, I want to say I read it earlier. I had to have read it earlier today that some were saying that he purposefully tied it around his waist. So he knew that it would still go off, even though he would be long demised at that point.
Right, exactly.
So he's sitting there, well, I'm going to be dead, but I still want to use my body somehow to help.
To be able to have that clear thought
exactly.
in that situation.
No, I don't know. Oh, boy.
He knew he wasn't going to make it out of there, and he knew that he had to do whatever he could.
He had to do. So, again, would we do the same? I mean, you never know. As you said, Mike, we would love to think we would be able to do that, but
Yeah.
It's impossible to answer.
Yeah.
Tales went on to tell of taverns at night when grizzled miners started speaking about ghostly moans and groans they heard while working in the tunnels. A few men occasionally caught a glimpse of Clinton Harris watching from the ladder below as they finished their shift. So again, more miners throughout the years were claiming to see Clinton Harris at the bottom of the ladder.
Oh. I think it's more than residual. I get that.
I'd like to. Yeah, you getting kind of a vibe that's more than that.
Yeah.
Although skip tender Clinton Harris served his last shift on that fateful night on February 1924, some believe he still pulls the warning whistle rope and warns miners to steer clear of the danger that lurks beneath the surface. Yeah, not to be all, corny or cheesy or even poetic, I guess. But it has a poetic ring to it if you think about if he is literally in the afterlife doing his best to save others. I like that tone. I like that feel. But that's just my brain. That's how my brain works.
It would be interesting to be able to find out or talk to family that knew of him or knew stories of him and what kind of a person he was in life. I mean,
for sure. That's a good point.
There could be people that are not surprised that he did what he did.
Yeah, exactly. We knew him.
Kind of a person.
He was just that type of person.
Right.
We will get back to some of the more of the details of. Well, actually, let's do it right now because there is another paranormal focused article on this tragedy, but we'll give you a little more background of the actual tragedy itself. If you do not mind, Mike, you give me permission.
No. Well, why shall I mind?
Why shall I mind, says he. As we mentioned, February 5th, 1924, boggy water from Foley Lake flooded the Milford Mine, about 2 miles north of Crosby, killing 41 miners in Minnesota's worst mining disaster. Only 7 miners were able to climb to safety. First sunk in 1917, by 1924, the main shaft of the manganese mine was over 200 feet deep. It was a prosperous time for its owner, George H. Crosby. In 1924 alone, it shipped 70,000 tons of ore. It then closed in 1932 with the decline of steel during the Depression.
Mm-hmm.
Now, in 2006, Brainerd Dispatch reporter Renee Richardson interviewed several people who remember the Milford Mine disaster. As we mentioned, the Milford Mine shaft was 200 feet deep, with the first level at 135 feet. Oh, yeah, that's just fine. A mere 135 feet to the first level? Yay.
A piece of cake.
On that afternoon, men were working at the 165 to 175 foot level. The first warning something was wrong was a sudden gust of wind. So strong it blew out the carbide gas lamps on their hats or knocked their hats off altogether. Now, that's a pretty strong gust of wind going through those mine shafts.
Either that or my wife farted. I don't know.
You had to go.
Sorry, Mary.
And you just called her over 150 years old as well.
Yes.
Adding on her current age, of course.
Yeah.
Gusts of wind were followed by liquid roaring sound. Men ran for their lives. Others were trapped in mud where they stood. Yeah, that's a terrifying aspect of it. Again, adding to the claustrophobic feel, you hear this oncoming, just immense rush, liquid rush as they describe it, and it's mud.
And probably pitch black down there.
Pitch black. That's exactly it. You're running, you're falling, you're discombobulated, you're disoriented, you cannot find your way. And all of a sudden you're stuck. You're running through muck that is up to your knees in an instant.
Yeah.
And you're 200 feet below the surface.
Ugh.
That enough in itself, Mike, it would be, in my opinion, enough to enough for a paranormal imprint of immensity, basically.
Yeah.
All
Immense
over those cave.
proportions.
Immense proportions, just from the terror alone.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely. Just stuck and recorded in the walls down there. And,
Yeah.
And how many bodies are still down
Oh.
there? Because, I'm sure they didn't get them all.
That's a good question. I thought I read that all of them were recovered.
I hope so.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought I had read that earlier.
Yeah. So I was going to say, now you had said Brainerd, the Brainerd newspaper had reported this or whatever.
Brainerd Dispatch, yes.
Dispatch, yes. So, and earlier we were talking about the possible distance. Like if we get to the haunted museum in Brainerd that we want to visit,
yes,
I did check to see how far Crosby is away from Brainerd.
And
20 minutes.
Oh my God, that's it?
That's it.
We got to do it.
That's
such an easy trip, Mike. Brainerd is only barely over an hour away from me.
Right. 3.5 from me. I would meet you at your place or whatever, and
oh man,
and go down. But
I wonder if visitors are able to. I wonder if it's open year round. I doubt it.
Yeah, it's hard to say.
I'm talking about the mine. I'm not sure about the museum, but
yeah. Well, that's something to find out.
I mean, and again, to be clear, the locale, the mine is long shut down. We're not talking about going down into the dang caves some certain people still try to do.
But even in the vicinity to see if, like that energy or EVPs or work or whatever.
For sure. The screams, the wails.
Yeah. Being that close, it would be worth it just to, let's go to Crosby and go to McDonald's and see if we can hear anything.
There you go.
In the area. For have lunch.
One thing, and I'm sorry to our listeners, we tend to do this on air, very brief on air production meeting.
Yes.
Mike, when we visit like these small town locales, I'm not saying that Crosby is a small town, but any of these alleged haunted locales, we should really spend a good amount of time interviewing locals.
Exactly.
Interviewing people who are familiar with the story or maybe have a background or have a perspective that we would never have gotten.
Yeah.
Or I should say.
People that have had family that were down there that lost their lives there. There's there's still family there. Obviously,
for sure.
It's got to be. It would, Well, it would have been neat to do that at the Boyd House, but the only place we had to be able to go was the strip joint. And
the tub thumping strip joint. Heck yeah.
We weren't ready to deal with that, but
no thanks. No thanks.
Yeah. But they were quiet. They were pretty quiet last time we were
there.
there.
Very, very quiet. Not nearly as loud as the first time. Not nearly as loud.
Yeah, but
now getting back to the story at hand, the disaster is believed to have begun when a surface cave-in of 6 or 8 feet at the mine's easternmost end tapped into mud with a direct connection with Foley Lake. The mine had a single vertical shaft to the surface. 7 men made it to the top with the water rising nearly as fast as they did. Families of the 41 men lost when the Milford mine flooded did not have to wait for news of life or death. The mine shaft flooded to within 15 to 20 feet of the surface within minutes. Instead, the wait was for the recovery of the dead. The last body was recovered 9 months after the disaster. So yes, all the bodies were recovered, but 9 months after the fact. Again, 2006, Connie Peterson of the Brainerd News Hopper found several eyewitness accounts to the tragedy. Veteran miner Matt Kangas, later interviewed by the Duluth News Tribune, said, "I was working not near anybody. Then the wind hit me. I fell down and my lamp went out. I lit it, it went out again. It was dark and cold. The wind hit me again. I knew what it was. I was in a time like that once before in Michigan. I knew if we lost a minute, it was too late. I yelled. Then I ran like hell. We can't save our life no more if we don't run. I know that. So I ran. No time for gates, no time for the cage, no time for anything. I just ran and I fell down. and I ran some more. I got to the ladder, I reached for it, and I missed it. I grab it, and I start up. I am all in, but I am damned if I stop. The same article also interviewed then underage miner Frank Harverton, who was 15 years old, who was working with his veteran partner, Harry Hosford. His father, Frank Sr., was a blaster in the mine. And I think it's important to share some of these eyewitness testimonies.
Oh, absolutely. It gives more of an insight, yeah.
He goes on to say, just after Frank Jr. dumped ore down a transfer chute, a terrific wind hit. He thought it was strange for a mine so quiet and cool. When he saw rushing water on the level below, Herberton told his partner, "Look at the water, Harry." "Water? You're nuts," Hosford said. But then he looked. "Oh my God, for God's sakes, run, run, faster," Herberton yelled. "The whole lake has come in," they screamed. Half sprinting, half tripping along a 600-foot dark drift. 600 foot. The two reached the shaft. Yeah, no thanks. In just pitch darkness.
It would feel like 6 miles.
6 miles.
At least.
The two reached the shaft where Emil Kanu had come over from the pump room. Kanu cried, "What's the matter? Something's wrong." "Save your breath and start climbing. We know what's wrong," said Herberton. Veteran miner Clinton Harris, the previously discussed Clinton Harris, operated the electric hoist at the Milford shaft. Harris apparently could have escaped, but remained at his post. He yanked the cord of the whistle, warning miners in the upper level to get out. Either he tied it around his waist so the alarm would continue, or he became entangled in it. When Matt Kangas reached the ladder, he had little strength for the one. Okay, I remember reading this earlier. Now think about the adrenaline and the strength it takes to do this. When Matt Kangas reached the ladder, he had little strength for the 175-foot climb to the surface. Understandably. Herberton and Hosford were behind Kangas on the ladder. With water already rising up the shaft, Herberton jumped between the older miner's legs and boosted Kangas up, rung by rung, supporting him on his shoulders. He's climbing up the ladder with a guy sitting on his shoulders because the guy on top of him was too weak to carry himself, to pull himself up.
Crazy.
At the same time, Herberton reached down for his partner, the last of the 7 who escaped. Hosford, soaked to his waist in rising muck, yelled, "For God's sakes, hurry!" When the 7 survivors collapsed on the surface, men ran to help. They lowered the cage, hoping someone could be pulled to safety, but it returned empty, encased in silt and muddy water. In less than 15 minutes, the 200-foot mine filled to within 15 feet of the surface.
Jeez. That's crazy.
For over 4 hours, Mike. It took 15 minutes for the mine to fill, but over 4 hours, Harris's warning whistle still blasted. So,
man, that's crazy. Amazing.
Yeah, it's just tragic. As it says here, Harris's warning whistle continued to blast until someone from the engine room could disconnect it. Herberton remained by the shaft, staring down at the murky, bubbling water. His father, Frank Sr., was trapped with the others. He knew his dad had passed away. People standing near Foley Lake could see the thick ice crack and the water level drop. Yeah. Terrifying tragedy. 38 of the 41 miners who drowned were married, and they left more than 80 children.
Man.
Katie Peppich's father, Peter Magdich, died in the disaster. He was 40 years old. He was a 40-year-old Yugoslavian immigrant when he died. He left his wife, who was then 3 months pregnant. I mean, it just goes on and on and on about the tragedy. I mean, of course, the lingering effect to the family, the widespread effect to all those in the city, in the town. Yes, to the family, I should say. You can understand why there would be lingering spirits, residual or
absolutely. Not. Absolutely. Yeah, no doubt.
I do have an account from someone who claims, Mike, to have ventured into the mine shaft, a paranormal investigator. Do you care to hear it?
I do. Please, can you tell me a story?
Please, can you do? Can you do?
Can you do? Don't ever say that again.
What? I know it sounded funny. Can you do? Yeah, he wrote a very, very long post here, and I'm going to. Oh, by the way, an investigation was ordered by then Minnesota Governor J.A. Pruce, and the result of the investigation declared the incident to be an act of God. Naturally, I mean, there was no one to be blamed. There was no warning signal. There was no time for a warning signal.
Yeah, wasn't somebody's incompetence or anything.
No, exactly. So as we tend to believe, the miners who lost their lives, they did not necessarily leave their post, Mike. Their spirits haunt the mines, some reenacting their final moments. Others continue to flee phantom mud and lake water. What a terrible, terrible way to spend the afterlife, if that's true.
Mm-hmm.
I hope to God, again, that would be a residual, and not an intelligent energy.
Yeah, it would be
that's just constantly trying to escape and flee, only to. I mean, you're trapped in a nightmare that never ends.
It would be their own personal hell.
Yes.
I mean, seriously. Oof.
And it often makes you wonder if there is such a thing as hell, Mike. If it's all personal,
Right. Oh yeah.
Like it is just your deepest fear brought to life. Well, there's a little food for thought for you. That's happy.
Yeah, ponder.
Yeah, hello, ponder. As we mentioned before, skip tender Clinton Harris is said to still be pulling the cord of his warning whistle. And if you hear it blare right next to you, well, you best leave the area because you are in danger. After all, cave-ins can still occur in the tunnels of the Milford Mine. Urban explorers used to frequent this mine, getting lost in its depths. Again, why would you do that? Well, let's go check out the mine. 200 feet down. People died. It's safe. Okay. And I'm not mocking it, but I am mocking them for doing this. I don't care what you're looking for. It's like, come on. Now, some of these urban explorers, though, Mike, reported seeing phantom miners. I believe that. Hearing the sound of pickaxes on the stone.
Mm-hmm.
Followed by screams and the sound of rushing water. Again, does this all sound residual? If this is true, would that be residual to you? Definitely the rushing water.
Yeah. They could all be residual, but we don't know.
Sound of pickaxes.
Mm-hmm.
Seeing the phantom miners. Thanks for your feedback, by the way. Mike's just sitting there cozily rocking on his rocking chair.
Yeah.
This is it's a new version of Mike. Usually he's ensconced in his little podcast abode.
I know. My back and everything, it's needed more comfort than my...
Mike, this is not a medical report. Shush.
No, it's not. I take it back. But
sorry.
No, it's hard to take it all in because, I mean...
No, I know it is.
Each one of these things could very well be residual, but, even the visions of seeing phantom miners could be residual, but there has to be enough energy down there where this stuff just lingers. I mean, that could be very much intelligent. That's why there is needed somebody to be able to investigate it that would do it, that would take that chance to research it and find out exactly what's down there. But, how far is that going to be able to go? How are you people even allowed to be down there?
That's just the thing. I admit I'm ignorant when it comes to that. I don't know if it's off limits totally. I think I mentioned that earlier, but I guess I don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I really don't.
But, like I said, close enough to Brainerd to where even if we went there where the event happened would be fantastic. Just
if you can get like remotely close to it, the place has to be just permeating. There's a word for you, Mike. Permeating with potential paranormal energy.
Yeah, like pitch a tent right next to where it was and
A literal
spend
tent.
the night.
Yes.
A little tent.
A literal
Oh, I thought
tent.
you said just a little tent.
yeah, I just want a little 1 foot tent. I'm going to squeeze my nasally Smurf body into a little teeny tiny tent.
Just get one big sleeping bag and a pup tent.
This is, you know how the kids are nowadays, Mike. You have to clarify. You can't say that you're going to pitch a tent without clarifying. It's slang, you see.
I mean,
Slang.
I am talking about a nylon or a canvas material quarters for staying in.
Yes, there you go. Hey, very good.
Zipper.
With a zipper.
Yeah.
Now, some people, Mike, who have explored these mines have also reported having full conversations with ghostly miners in or around the mine.
Well, there you go. Intelligent hauntings right there.
My goodness gracious. And not necessarily in the mine, but around it.
Oh, okay. I missed that part.
Does that mean...
There you go.
Does that mean like up on the surface? Maybe.
I think we should find out.
If that's what they're referring to, I say, hell yeah, we check that out.
Absolutely.
Others claim the miners simply stood and watched them, following them throughout the mine and nearby areas of the disaster site until they left.
You know what we should do is we should contact our friend Dustin Perry and see if he has any knowledge of the haunted mine.
That's interesting. Yeah, I wonder. That's a good idea. I like that. He's just such a cool guy, and he's so open to. He'll give you a straightforward, honest answer.
Oh yeah,
right up,
absolutely.
And he's usually really good about responding. But yeah, Mike, I don't know. There's the phantom moans, the phantom pickaxes, the alleged sightings of apparitions of miners. Those who enter the cave, even going back to 1924 when it reopened, those first 12 miners, they said they still saw Clinton Harris at the bottom of the ladder looking up right at them.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to wrap my mind. I'm trying to decide whether or not I feel like the Clinton Harris sightings, if they're seeing a residual energy of him or if he is literally there still, which I don't like that idea though, because that makes me sad for him.
I agree, but you know, like we said about how the energy was so intense and the fear and everything, and what he was doing, I mean, he had to be all in mind, soul, and body doing what he's doing to save these guys as much as he could. You know, maybe his soul or his spirit is trapped in this situation where he feels that he has to be there, whether it's, you know, to guide the spirits that are still there of these other miners, or in case something like this ever happens again, he's going to be there to do it all over again.
To try his best to help.
Yeah, just thoughts that run through my head.
But I like that though. I like that idea. I like that notion. Like if he is there, he's doing it by choice in order to serve others still. See, I like that. But if that's not it, I hope just for his soul that it is a residual imprint of him and not his actual soul, which is a whole other discussion altogether. We've talked about this before, I think, Mike. Like, is it possible if someone passes to leave a residual imprint of yourself, but yet at the same time still have an intelligent version of yourself existing?
Sure. Why can't it be two different things? Because residual is that imprint, and your actual soul is a well, I don't want to say it's a physical thing, but it's a real.
It's an intelligent thing.
Tangible, intelligent thing. Yeah.
Now, how about this? How about this for a question? Is it possible for an intelligent spirit to experience its own residual haunting?
Oh,
its own residual imprint.
That's interesting.
That's food for thought. That's something to.
I like
ponder.
That.
Yeah, I like that. That's just. I don't know. That's kind of one of those never-ending thought processes, like what came
Yeah.
first, the chicken or the egg type thing, is like, where does that go? I mean, if
Yeah.
you're dead and you're an intelligent form of yourself in the afterlife, can you still experience your own residual imprint?
Maybe his soul, or it's not an imprint, but he's still reliving this in a spirit way, not imprint. But maybe he feels that he's still trapped in this on this cord, can't get out of it, and that's keeping him there. It's just that maybe that simple. He needs some release, is what he needs.
Well, yeah. Oh my gosh, no kidding. Yeah, exactly. I don't know. I mean, for Clinton Harris and all those who died in this tragedy, I mean, we just hope that their souls are resting in peace, wherever they may be, or maybe they're thriving in the afterlife. We don't know what's going on, but the way their physical life ended is absolutely horrific. Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
And hopefully, they're the ancestors of these people that died have peace as well.
Yes, thank you for bringing that up. Of course,
about their family, their grandfathers, great grandfathers, whatever. How do they feel about it? That would be an amazing thing to be able to, talk to some of the people there and get their thoughts about it. But you don't know how receptive they are, and you don't want to cause any
for sure
either. So
that's a very dark memory. It's a dark aspect of
on the whole town. Yeah,
on the whole town. I mean, like you said, exactly. Maybe they don't want to talk about it. So it's very sensitive. Well, I encourage all of our listeners to do their own due diligence if you're interested in this tragic true story. Yeah, the horrific Milford Mine disaster, 1924, Minnesota's deadliest mine disaster in history. Yeah, looking into yourself. Maybe if you know anything about alleged haunting paranormal activity from these mines that we didn't share here on the podcast, oh my gosh, please send them to us. We love hearing any and all things from our listeners, especially in that nature. And we love hearing the paranormal aspect of your input. Well, that's another thing I read from the AI review, Mike. It said, like, listeners enjoyed the idea of how do I say it? Some of the aspects that they enjoyed about the show were, again, the affable, likable nature of its hosts, the casual conversational style, sitting around a campfire talking about creepy things, but also the okay. I just lost my train of thought. Also, help me. What were you just talking about? Bring me back to life here, Mike. I had it, and then it was gone. It just left.
Well, you're talking about the other AI reviews. That's
the AI review. That's when you tuned out.
well, okay. I got the ones you said, but then I have no idea where you were.
Because it came back, thankfully.
Okay.
They also enjoyed the fact that we have, and we need to get back to this, we have shared listener-submitted paranormal activities. They like hearing listener stories, the Ghost Stories series that we did. So,
exactly.
We need to get back to that. Yeah, we only did like 6 of them, and it's been far too long. So why not?
Well, we have a problem with with coming through with some things, but not that they leave our mind.
No, but do we get too easily distracted? Is that it? I don't know. I have no idea. But hey,
I do.
Tell you what, I'll throw it out there to anyone who's listening right now. If you have a haunting personal story, a personal story about paranormal activity, send them our way. If you're casual, or if you're cool with sharing them with us, and you don't not mind maybe appearing on the podcast.
Oh, absolutely.
It's an open invite. We'd love to hear from you.
Yeah, we've talked about that before, and we've had people, I think, that we've wanted to do that with that didn't make it on.
Yeah, for sure.
So there are people out there. It'd be awesome.
I love those. I love doing those episodes. They're great. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
So, man, we need to get back to them. So, okay, mark it up to another thing we need to do, Mike.
Yeah.
Oh, man. The Need to Do podcast. Another potential.
Need to do, must have do. can we do?
I'm sorry for saying that earlier.
We can do
sorry.
it.
Well, Mike, thanks for joining me for making this work. We will wrap it up. I appreciate you. As always, my friend, I hope all is going well for you and Mary. And again, please check out your audio and also listen to that clip that I emailed you last week so you can get a better idea of what we were talking about earlier about that recurring audio anomaly.
Yes.
I'm not putting any suggestions into your mind, but to me, it sounds like a voice. It sounds like a voice. Indecipherable, but a voice.
Okay.
So
well,
I don't know what the hell it could be.
When we're done here, as I'm sitting in front of my computer, I will.
There you go.
Before
awesome.
I even get up. So.
Well, thank you to one and all who did listen to this entire episode. If you made it all the way, God bless you. It's a challenge.
Yeah.
It can be a challenge.
It's a challenge for me.
It's a challenge for both of us. Yeah, for sure.
Oh, no.
If you made it this far and you enjoy the content, you would like to support us, no better way to do so than to give our Patreon page a shot. We just recorded our 100th, official 100th Patreon exclusive episode, even though we have more with our Retro and Random series and our Wicked Legacies True Crime series. And I'm not even going there because I'm so disappointed in how long it's been since we did one. But it's still good. It's good stuff. We just reached our 500th post, Mike. 500 posts, which includes any and all things that I post on the Patreon page. It's growing by leaps and bounds.
And it's only taken 10 plus years to do it.
No! Come on. More like 5.
Okay. Well.
Or a little less. Well, we did take like a year and a half break because whatever. But hopefully we will be adding more and more stuff from the Boyd House night. As I mentioned, I just posted the video. Sorry, just coughed unexpectedly. Just posted that video of Mike's K2 going kind of crazy at the Boyd House. We do have 2 20-minute clips that we recorded from the Boyd House. Video, yes, you get to look at our beautiful faces, and we give you a little walk through the place. It's kind of cool down in the basement and upstairs. Yeah, I like that.
Did I send you any of the clips of the cat balls going crazy?
No, you have those on video?
I do.
Oh my God, Mike! No, you have not sent me any of those. So yes, I would love to see that.
Okay.
Like, by the way, did I send you that full-bodied apparition I saw up in the bathroom?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah, that's right. That's right.
Mike had a hour and a half long conversation with Fred and Minnie, and he has it all on audio, and he just hasn't shared it with me. So
and Duke and Franklin and all of them. Yeah,
and Edgar. That was your name that you kept saying all night.
Yeah.
Anyways, no, we are sincerely proud of our content on Patreon, and you can sign up for as little as $1 a month, no obligations. You don't like it, you can leave. I'm not telling you to leave. I'm saying you could choose to leave. You don't have to.
Just get the hell out.
Just get the hell out. Anyways,
no.
On that note, Mike, it's always good to see you, buddy. Until next time, my friend, what do our paranormal friends need to do?
Peace out.